This is KGW News at 11.
And welcome to KGW News at 11. I'm Tim Gordon. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek is about to announce a plan to revitalize downtown Portland. It is the result of a task force she spearheaded starting back in August. Let's get right to Sydney Dorner in the newsroom. In Sydney, the governor will be in Portland in the morning.
Yes, Tim, Governor Kotek will be speaking at the Oregon Business Plan Leadership Summit, an annual event that brings elected, civic, and business leaders together. Revitalizing downtown Portland will be the top issue tomorrow as Kotek unveils the plans they've been working on to help the city. She'll announce findings and recommendations of her Portland Central City Task Force, focused on the challenges downtown faces. U.S. Senator Ron Wyden is a regular at the summit. He'll be speaking too and believes he and the governor will be in sync and ready to act on a downtown comeback.
I believe that Oregonians want their elected officials and their community leaders to come out swinging. And that means more good-paying jobs. It means driving down inflation. It means safer streets. That's what I use my chairmanship of the Senate Finance Committee to do, and I'll help the task force with whatever they're recommending, particularly on the federal side.
Now, Kotek will be joined tomorrow by Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler, Multnomah County Chair Jessica Vega Peterson at the summit, and others who work on the task force. Portland has been grappling with drug use, workers not returning to downtown, and other lingering issues from the pandemic. You can catch Governor Kotek's comments tomorrow morning live, streaming on KGW.com. Her remarks are expected at 10:30. Tim,
all right, Cindy, thanks very much. Portland police made several arrests and recovered thousands of dollars in stolen property this weekend on the east and west sides of the city. It's all part of the Bureau's plan to crack down on retail theft during the holidays. 37 people were arrested on Saturday. 36 of those people were wanted on outstanding warrants. More than $4,900 in stolen property was recovered, along with 4 stolen cars. Starting next year, a new law in Oregon will make it easier to prosecute organized retail crime rings and potentially result in tougher sentences. Well, Portland Public Schools workers are demanding the district settle a couple of bargaining negotiations. Some unions have been bargaining with the district for months. Thomas Schultz has the story.
For close to a year, some of Portland Public Schools' lowest paid employees have been bargaining for a new contract, and they're becoming more and more frustrated by the lack of progress.
This is not normal.
Since February, SEIU, which represents custodians and nutrition service workers, has been negotiating a new contract with Portland Public Schools. Progress has been slow.
They've had our last proposal since October.
Union members say they've gone over a month without meeting with the district. And while the two sides have reached tentative agreements on some issues, they remain far apart on the biggest, wages.
We're looking for fair wages for our people. We've got a lot of people who have to work 2 or 3 jobs.
Walter says right now, nutrition service workers start at $17.25 an hour, custodians at around $19 an hour. They hope to raise salaries to around $25 an hour by the end of the contract.
It's a huge issue for us.
And they aren't the only ones bargaining. Paraeducators are also negotiating for a new contract. Twice, members have rejected a tentative agreement. Since then, the union president has stepped down and 2 new bargaining members joined negotiations.
I mean, the membership wasn't happy with it.
This all comes a couple weeks after teachers settled a contract with the district, ending a near month-long strike. Now educators are calling for wage hikes for co-workers too.
I know they're fighting for a fair contract and they deserve it so much.
Portland Public Schools did not immediately respond to our interview request, though they have said previously their agreement with teachers will lead to budget cuts. Still, other unions are awaiting a new deal.
We want a fair contract.
Now there's a bargaining session Monday for custodians and nutrition service workers, followed by a mediation session in January. In downtown Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
We are learning new details in the deadly crash that happened in the Beaverton-Hillsboro area on Friday night. The Oregonian is reporting that the victim who died was a 7th grade boy from Tualatin Middle School in Tigard. The second passenger is a 10th grade girl at Tualatin High School. She has serious injuries. Washington County Sheriff's deputies say the driver, 19-year-old Jesse Granados Villegas, lost control at a curve on Southwest River Road, rolled over and crashed into a fence. Granados Villegas, who is related to the two victims, was arrested on several charges, including manslaughter and DUI. Well, a series of tornadoes ripped through parts of Middle Tennessee on Saturday, hitting the Nashville area hardest, with homes and businesses destroyed. You see some of the damage right there. At least 6 people were killed. 3 of those were in Nashville, and dozens more suffered injuries. Authorities spoke today about their response and recovery efforts in the city.
Their crews have been working around the clock to get impacted Nashvillians back online as quickly as they can. In total, so far, our responders have identified 22 structures that have collapsed as a result of the storm, and countless others have sustained significant damage.
Well, residents are being asked to be patient while the damage is assessed and cleanup efforts begin. A live look downtown Portland from our Wells Fargo Skycam. Ooh, pretty thick out there right now. Thankfully, no extreme weather here. But the first 10 days of December have been very wet, with more than 6 inches of rain and counting. Let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri to see if that trend is going to continue heading into this week. Joe.
Oh, Tim, the good news is we're going to put the brakes on the heavy rainfall, at least for the next couple of days. But yeah, the first 10 days of the month have been absolutely wet. Take a look at these numbers. This is just from today. Just about 3/4 of an inch of rain has fallen since midnight. Of course, most of that fell in the early morning hours. Now take a look at the other side of this map. That's over 6 inches of rain. Now, on average, we should be looking at basically 5 3/4 of an inch of rain for the entire month of December. So we will be seeing some drier weather heading into the early part of the work week. You can see right now we should be on average close to 1 inch and 3/4. Yeah, we're well above that. Looking at the weather headlines, it's going to be a calm start to the work week. Patchy morning fog. Already starting to see evidence of that out there this evening, and dry most of this week with average temperatures right around the upper 40s. No mountain snow over the next few days. And again, I know a lot of people have been hoping to see a little bit of some snow showers to maybe get the season going. Well, obviously you need more than just some snow showers, but you're not going to be seeing much in terms of snow throughout the mountain passes. But you can see some of those heavier snow showers moving in along the Oregon-Idaho border right now. There is a weather advisory in place over on that side of the state. But coming up in my detailed forecast, Tim, I'll talk more about what you can expect to see the next couple of days and when we can be seeing our next chance at rain.
We'll look forward to that. Thanks, Joe. Well, if you are looking for local and handmade Christmas gifts, the Makers Fair Holiday Market has got you covered. The market is located inside Rejuvenation's Portland showroom. That's on Southeast Grand Avenue. There's a rotating list of more than 100 of Portland's best local makers, artists, and craftspeople. You can find all kinds of gift ideas there, like specialty candles, jewelry, sustainable home goods, and even custom furniture. By shopping at the market, you'll also be supporting a small community of local artists and makers.
Well, I mean, certainly we put out this event on so that local businesses can have additional financial support during the season. It's been a rough couple of years. It was a tough summer for a lot of makers.
Well, the market is free to attend and open every day until December 23rd, so lots of time to get out there and get your gift shopping done. Well, the different techniques and tools to create good coffee are endless, but researchers at the University of Oregon discovered a trick that also helped them better understand volcanic eruptions, believe it or not. As China Green shows us, all it takes is a few drops of water.
We are not aiming to tell people that their current method of producing coffee is incorrect or flawed in any way. However, through the addition of water, we definitely are noting that we result in a cleaner process.
When you grind coffee, it generates electricity that can cause the particles of coffee to get everywhere. University of Oregon chemistry professor Christopher Hendon knows how to fix that.
The simple addition of 1 or 2 droplets of water onto the whole beans of coffee is a very effective way to remove the charge from ever forming.
At home, you won't see coffee dust accumulating and spreading across your counter, and Hendon says it will likely make it taste better. But on a larger scale, it's less about mess and more about the waste.
Something like about $250 million is being disposed of if you grind without water.
For the coffee connoisseurs and baristas, the added water spritz isn't something new. But according to Hendon, nobody had specifically measured the charge on coffee or explored how it might vary with different types.
You can see in this instrument here, you're causing the coffee to charge up.
The team of researchers recently published their findings in the journal Matter.
Dark coffee and light coffee taste different because they have different compounds in them. Well, it turns out they also charge differently as well. And so there is this sort of length scale difference between understanding that there's a molecular difference that we can't see but can taste.
And in a strange twist of events, volcanologists were brought in to learn more about the process. Like coffee, volcanic eruptions involve materials in different states of matter interacting with each other. They were able to explore particle-scale physics, learning more about volcanic eruptions in a less dangerous way. New findings that started with droplets of water on coffee beans. Who knows, there may be something that you're doing right now that could lead to new discoveries.
I encourage people to continue thinking critically about the things they do in their day-to-day life. And there may actually be some really interesting chemistry and physics hiding within.
In Portland, China Green, KGW News.